All right, welcome into the final Buck Brief of 2024. It is a Christmas, Buck's birthday, Carrie's birthday, and New Year's spectacular here on the Buck Brief. And it really is just me reflecting a little bit on the year that we've just had, the year ahead, tell you some stories, going to hang out for a minute. Maybe you got some chestnuts roasting over an open fire. Does anyone actually do that? I always wonder about that. I don't know if I've ever even had a roasted chestnut, and I'm a guy who likes food. So that's a surprise. But my point here being that this is our last podcast. I appreciate so much those of you who listen to the show, even though I know I'm on radio for 3 hours a day. I've always got more to say, and it's fun to just be able to sit and chat, do a little extra interview with a guest we didn't get on radio, or just talk to you about whatever's on my mind. We're planning to do more of this next year. Those of you who are only on the audio side of things, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel if you want to see some video. It's nice to have that going on in the background while you're stuffing the stockings or doing whatever it is you're doing. I'll say this. We're going to do review. Well, first a review. Carrie saw Die Hard, and she loved it. It was excellent. We really enjoyed it. Such a great movie. I know the most iconic line is "Welcome to the party, pal." I think that's very clear. But to me, the funniest line is "We're going to need some more FBI guys," which is delivered by that guy who also plays the principal in The Breakfast Club. So, yeah, it's a great movie, fun to watch. It was fun to watch it with Carrie for the first time, and it really moves so well. And it's so well written. John McTiernan did a great job as the director. And then it was funny because we watched, I guess, on one of those streaming platforms, I forget, and then it went right into Die Hard 2. And we watched it, and Carrie goes, "Oh, I like Die Hard 1 and then Die Hard 2. And we got about 20 minutes into Die Hard 2, and she's like, "I can't. I'm done." So I went for too much. Die Hard 2 is not a good movie. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's not a good movie. There's a weird scene with like the main bad guy doing naked yoga or something in the beginning. I'm not making it up. Go watch the Die Hard 2. In the beginning, this guy, he's standing there butt naked in front of a TV doing like stretching for his karate or something. Yeah, the whole thing is. Remember when also everybody just kind of knew karate in movies in the 80s and 90s? You watch like Roadhouse, and that guy somehow just, first of all, Patrick Swayze was awesome in a lot of ways, rest in peace. But Patrick Swayze karate was preposterous. You watch it, like, there's a lot of that too. But like, people just knew karate. You'd watch this, and they would, and that was like, it was so powerful that they had the karate chop ready to go. Anyway, we didn't get through Die Hard 2. Which I understand, but it was a great time for Christmas movies right now, of course. And the year we just had. Let's talk about the year we just had, because I thought it was a special year in so many ways. I think 2024 was my favorite year probably since 2019. I think this is the best year since the pandemic that I have had, and that I would argue that the country has had as well. I think that this year was absolutely, it was fascinating. It was heart-stopping at some points. When Trump took the bullet in the ear, I remember I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen to this country? I thought Trump had been hit in the head for about 30 seconds. I said, oh my God. I was so worried. They prosecuted Trump, the Republicans, Trump, huge win, thanks to Donald Trump in the election. It was really pretty amazing. And that's the story of 2024 is just never give up. You just have to keep fighting. You have to keep fighting these communists. You have to be resilient and if you just gut it out. I don't know. You have to just keep pushing. Keep pushing. No matter what they throw in your way, you have to keep pushing. And Trump was remarkable. Almost superhuman in his ability to fight through the ambushes, and his ability to keep going. So to me, 2024 was the year of the Trump comeback. In so many ways, also just culturally, and Elon Musk, it's amazing with X, and it feels like America's back in a lot of ways. I know people have been saying that since the election, but it feels like there's some sanity. We don't want criminals to be coddled. We don't want wide open borders. We don't need to spend ourselves into oblivion and tax more and just all of this stuff. And, I just view it as things are being set right. Things are being set right. So 2024 was an incredible year. And honestly, it's the best year that I've had in 5 years. I did not enjoy the Biden years. I enjoyed my life. I met Carrie. I got married. I mean, there's some great stuff. I got Ginger. There's great stuff, right? Clay and I had a fantastic run on the show. But just in terms of, I'm talking about not just for me, I mean, as a year in the history books, I think 2024 is the best year we've had since 2019. 2019 was an awesome year, by the way. You remember that? Economy was absolutely booming. America was at peace. Trump was kicking ass. I mean, 2019 was a really good year. So this is the best one we've had in 5 years. So I think this holiday, it's really worth taking a moment to just think about that. Enjoy that for a moment. The good guys won this round, finally. And it's not just about politics. It's not just about Trump and the election. It's the left, the Democrats, the demons they're not defeated. Maybe they've lost a battle, but they're not defeated forever. But they're exhausted right now. They're scrambling. They're on their back feet. They have been dealt a substantial blow just by the events of the last year. And, the good guys are on the move. So I just think it's fantastic. Sponsor here is Bear Creek Arsenal. For gun owners, treat yourself this holiday or early next year to a finely made firearm from Bear Creek Arsenal. Perfect time to buy one. I've been to their factory before. I know the founders of the company. I have seen the craftsmanship they have. I've got Bear Creek Arsenal firearms myself at home. I can vouch for their performance, their craftsmanship. Go to bearcreekarsenal.com/buck. That's how you buy a Bear Creek Arsenal firearm online. Their direct-to-consumer model saves you money, plus gives you convenience. Just goes right to your FFL. You go pick it up. Take 10% off your order with coupon code BUCK. bearcreekarsenal.com/buck. All right, now, the year ahead. You've heard me say in the most recent podcast, it's very true that we absolutely must have Trump do the deportations. So my prediction for next year is that this is where the left is going to try to resurrect themselves, and that the issue of deportations is going to become incredibly contentious, of course, and that Trump and his team, they're going to try to, the hashtag resistance is going to come back in the courts, in the media, and everything they can to try to stop these deportations from happening at the levels that Trump and his team are saying they are going to happen. So this is all big stuff, big moves that will be coming. And if they're successful in this, endeavor, I think it'll create a lot of momentum for everything else that they want to do. And it could be one of the most consequential presidencies we have seen in a very long time, if Donald Trump is able to be successful in this. I worry, though, that this is going to really it's going to create some mayhem for a while, because Democrats, this is their long-term plan. They've lost Americans politically. They've lost too many Americans, so they're trying to make new Americans, if you will. Not new Americans, really. They're trying to just make new voters. They're just bringing in the third world as fast as they can, trying to inundate the system, overwhelm the system, create the grounds for a mass amnesty, and then they will just make them all voters in one-party state. They want to turn America into California, the whole country, where there's no accountability, there's just idiotic policies, limousine liberalism, left-wing lunacy, and that's what they want to do. And not all the rest of the country can count on Hollywood and Silicon Valley to pay its bills, right? I mean, this is the problem. They took the wealthiest and in a lot of ways, one of the most advantageous geographically, financially, states in the country, and have done as much damage to it as they possibly can. That's what they want to do to America. That's what they want to do to America. So I think you have to keep in mind that these are what the stakes are right now. Our sponsor here is the IFCJ, the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. They want to wish you a blessed beginning of the holiday season as you gather with your families, grateful for all that God has given us. Let's also remember those who are facing hardships and in need of fellowship, including Israelis who are threatened daily by attacks from enemies on all sides. During these times, the Israelis are thankful to the fellowship for food and basic assistance. Your gift of $25 will help provide a food box to an elderly Jew or a Jewish family who are suffering and in desperate need. Go to Support IFCJ to make a gift now. That's Support IFCJ, or call 888-488-IFCJ. Now, this is where I just have some fun because some of you listen to this, I guess, this week, Christmas week. I hope you have a blessed Christmas. It's my favorite holiday in all senses, right? I mean, I know that the most important holiday to Christians is actually Easter, but I mean the most fun holiday. And it's also just as I said, it's the most wonderful time of the year. I mean, it is the most wonderful time of the year in a lot of ways. It's nice to have an excuse to spend extra time with family and friends. And I can tell you, I'm day in and day out. I am always very, engaged and psychologically deep in the midst of things, big issues, big problems for the country. It's what I do for a living. I could talk about it. I feel so blessed. I absolutely love my job. I have an incredible wife. I have a beautiful family. I have a little baby boy on the way. I have the most adorable little dog. I get to do this job, and it's all because you listen and you support me. So I always remember that. I have a tremendous amount of gratitude for it. I'm coming up on my birthday here. I'll be 43 years old, I think 43. I'll be 40. Yeah, I'll be 40. I had to remember. I actually did not remember my birthday. I'll be 43 years old, which to me feels like that's old, but I know a lot of you are saying, oh, just wait. It's actually pretty young in some ways. And it all depends on your perspective. But this is a year, has been a year of blessings for me. It has been a year of tremendous happiness and great things. And my wife's got a little baby on the way. And like I said, I've got the love of my life. I got a fantastic wife. I got a great family. My wife's family's great. I am so blessed. And the fact that I can do this every day, the fact that I can, from a studio, sit down and just share my thoughts with you and get paid to do this, absolute dream come true. So that's on my birthday. I'm just going to tell you, are you not, I know you're not supposed to, I don't believe in superstition. So all I want for 2025 personally is to have as good a year as I did in 2024. And for things to just go, this way. I've had tough years in the past. Not something I talk about, but I've had tough years in the past. This year was really strong. And this was just fantastic. So I appreciate all of you who listen and give me your time. I hope I can provide insight, entertainment, keep you company. I think I am an incredibly, I've worked very hard, and all these things people in media will tell you, of course. And I've been passed over in the past for media opportunities that I absolutely deserved and should have been given, and it was just sort of, somebody's nephew got it instead, or spite from some executive or whatever. So, I've got my battle scars just like everybody else. Nonetheless, I'm incredibly blessed and very fortunate. Despite whatever work I've put in, despite whatever talent I have, to be able to do this is, like I said, I just want another year living my life next year like I've lived it this year. My little baby boy on the way. Couldn't be more excited about that. Finally get to be a dad. I'm going to try to convince Carrie maybe we should get a second puppy. I'm just saying, maybe not right away after the baby, but I like dogs a lot too. And we're hoping to get, we have one kid at a time. I was going to say, we're hoping that we can continue to build a family. But I would just say, if you're listening, and this is over the holiday break for you, I know not all of you get to take off that much time, or maybe no time, but at night, or when you're with family during the Christmas celebration, or during Hanukkah, or however you celebrate, think about your blessings. It's so important. Context is everything. In a lot of ways, first of all, happiness is always temporary, and it's also always a choice in a sense. Meaning, I don't mean like biochemically. I know people can get depressed and stuff, but I mean, you can decide to feel good about what's going well and to focus on that, or you can decide that nothing is ever enough and everything is unfair. And so mindset matters so much. And I know for a lot of you, you've got a great year too, and hopefully we all have a great year ahead. And happy birthday to me. You might be listening to this on my birthday, December 28th, so 43 years old. And I just appreciate all of you very much. So it's my last show of the year. Also my last read of the year. Our sponsor is MantisX. My shooting's been getting better, as you've seen at the range. And I have MantisX to thank for it. Electronic training, proven to help. Every new user within half an hour pretty much gets better at shooting. It's a training device. It's for dry fire. It's all electronic, no ammo. You just set it up. It's like an app and a couple of attachments for your firearm. You're good to go. 94% of its shooters improve within 20 minutes of using MantisX. You'll be amazed at how quickly you improve your shooting accuracy while saving a ton of money. Go to MantisX.com. That's MantisX.com. Big Christmas hugs and a Happy New Year to all of you. I appreciate each and every single one of you who listen. If you want to give me a birthday present, tell one friend of yours. Just send them a text or send them an email or, a link to this show and say, you should check out this Buck Sexton guy. That's the best birthday present you could give me. And I'm thankful to God, my family, and to all of you. Happy New Year.